for us, local for me. What have you seen from him and kind of getting to know him? What's kind of your impression?
Well, DP, he's grown from the very first day he's got here. It's been an adjustment for him, but one of the things I've tried to constantly tell him is, to keep playing, right? He's played a lot of pickup. That's the biggest way to adjust, right? You can't really kind of get a feel for the game with drills and, but the biggest way to get a feel for college is constantly playing. So it's been a smooth adjustment, and he's going to be a major piece for us this year.
What's he like personality?
He's quiet, but he is, the type of guy that, as he goes on, gradually, gets more comfortable. He's more of an extrovert. Now he's an extrovert. When he first got here, he was super extrovert.
There's about a dozen guys this year for within the conference. You did it. What was your experience in terms of other teams know you? You knew a lot about NC State. Like, when you look back on that decision and that experience, transferring within the conference, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, honestly, it's pretty unique because it's you're still familiar with everyone, everything. Everyone still kind of knows you around the league. So yes, you're on a different team, but it's smoother, especially when you know kind of what you're up against.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. You've played at a high level throughout high school, grassroots, college, playing with Team Takeover, playing at St. John's, going to NBA. Your basketball pedigree speaks for itself. How are you going to kind of be able to use your experience to guide you in your last year?
Just kind of seen everything, especially for me. I've been in every role possible that a player can be in, and I feel like you just kind of you grow from every experience, and now that I've kind of seen everything, now it's like, how can I help the next guy? How can I help? How can I be a better example, a better leader for this team? That's kind of a role that I've taken on, and that's something that I value.
Yeah, it felt like the team was really close that season. Just as guys, as friends. Yeah. How much responsibility do you feel to kind of make sure that's replicated this season? Because a close team is a good team.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's not about talent, it's about culture. And if you could build a culture where, that where guys have strong relationships off the court, it's super easier to have to build that chemistry and grow on the court. So that's pretty much what happened last year. This year we're working towards that, but everything in terms of chemistry takes time.
What's the team been doing to improve the overall defensive efforts?
Well, trial and error, man. But you gotta. Luckily, you gotta have a great practice squad that goes and pushes you and does the best they can, kind of replicate what you'll see in the game. But I think there's just going to be times where the defense isn't looking good, but in that moment you got to be able to fix it and grow from it. But we're heading in the right direction in terms of our defense. Getting it to where it needs to be. I wouldn't say it's there as of today, October 25th. But I think if it could be where it's supposed to be in March, then then we've achieved that goal.
Do you feel like y'all are stronger, like in terms of your physicality? Do you think that's going to play a piece in it this season?
I think this year we'll be way more physical, especially in our front court. I think Ben's a physical presence. And Mo, Muhammad, Ern, he started to play way more physical. So I think that would be another factor that will play into the success that we plan on having.
Is there a specific ACC team that you're excited or most anticipating to play this year?
Honestly, nah. I mean, I think everyone kind of the same. I mean, I guess in the moment, you kind of look forward to playing different teams based off of where the team's ranked, and because that's all tournament, resumes, tournament building resumes that play a factor later on. So, right now, I guess you just look forward to kind of getting the year started. Right now, I'm looking forward to November 6th, the first game, and then everything else will kind of happen in the middle.
So telling, with Little Denver, what was your favorite play or favorite moment on the court last year for yourself?
favorite moment on the court. I mean, I would just say the entire Bahamas trip. I would say, even though we went 2-1, should have got Kansas, but even though, I would say just that moment, being able to kind of, that was, the time where I kind of took my game to another level, especially on a high major level, and, having that confidence to, make plays, take big shots on the big stage, that's what I would say my favorite moment last year.
And what have you worked on in the off season to propel your game even further for this upcoming season?
Well, my ball handling, playmaking. I got to be on the ball and make more plays this year. And of course I got to build on what I do good, which is shooting and defense. But I need that's what I've kind of added. I've definitely added that to my game. And it all started like what I said with Dennis Parker, with playing a lot of basketball. Constantly. I was everywhere in Raleigh playing pickup and all summer long. So that was pretty much my workout. I was pretty much just constantly keep the ball hot in my hands. And, it's definitely had a pivotal part in my development.
And my favorite fun question to ask: you go home to Maryland.
Yeah.
What is your favorite cheat meal?
I don't know if this is an ad or anything, but Lito's Pizza.
Okay.
Lito's. I'm telling you,
It's vegan?
that's the one.
All right.
That's the one, man.
Thank you.
I have a question from Chase Graham.
Oh, man.
So Chase Graham's question is, are you going to be better at closing games out so that Jordan, KJ, and Alex can play more? How many total points do you expect?
Okay, you're right. We do have to be better at closing games out. But when Jordan, Alex, and KJ get in, they can't be blowing 30-point leads. They can't be blowing, you can't turn 30-point leads into 17, 18 points. Okay? So you're right. We do got to be better with getting those guys in.
What do you think those three will combine to score for this year? How many points do those three have?
Total for the whole year? 7, 8 total for the three. I think mostly coming from Jordan Snell, but I think KJ and Alex be a little more aggressive.
What has it been like, with all these new transfers and stuff, in practice kind of with them? I know you run with them over the summer, but now actually getting in active practice.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. Those guys, everyone's different. Everyone's adjusted differently. But the transfers essentially are learning fast. Just creating a culture where they're always playing. I'm always playing pickup. I'm always playing. And anytime I call one of those guys to come in and play ones or play one-on-one, and they're always quick to answer and want to come in and get better. So that's the foundation. Now those guys got to keep on building with what they did in the summertime, and now help this team.
Have any of them surprised you from what you've seen?
Any of them surprised me? Oh yeah, DJ Horn's great. Dennis Park, he's not a transfer, but he's a freshman, but he's been impressive. Jaden Taylor, everyone knows what he's done at Butler. So they added, those are valuable weapons, especially on the offensive end. Even Jaden's an extreme two-way player that can guard any position and score the ball at a high level. So that's what this program needs, especially the team that we lost. This team will definitely be different, but we'll still be dangerous.
When you have that amount of turnover in the offseason, just how important is it before the season starts to really start to find the identity of this team?
Yeah, it takes time. I feel like and it takes time off the court. I think when you have a large group of transfers, everyone's different. Everyone has different values, used to different things. So just getting to know who they are as people, it becomes easier to kind of direct them and guide them, because then you kind of figure out what they like, what they don't like in terms of the game. And that's pretty much what it was for the group last year with Jack, Jarkel, DJ, Deshaun. Might be missing a few, but those guys, we had strong relationships off the court. So still to this day, I was just downstairs doing the interview, and those guys are all blowing up my phone still to this day. They're not dangerous.
Coach Keats asked Breon and LJ to kind of step up their game and kind of model their game off of what Jarkel and Terquavion did last year. How have you seen them sort of adapt and adopt that sort of mentality?
Oh, can you repeat that? Sorry.
LJ and Breon, Coach Keith challenged them to up their game. How have you seen them sort of adapt?
Yeah, they're growing. I think with T and Jarkel, I mean, it is kind of tough to kind of be to that level in terms, for those guys. But I think it starts with finding a way to figure out their niche on getting on the court, right? Like Jarkel was a really good on-ball defender, so that's a niche, right? Like you should go and try to take the point guards or the other team's best player out of the game. That's a way to get on. So they're figuring out their ways to kind of make a difference and help this team be successful, and that's what we need.
How much does it help with the transition with two new teammates, in the sense of you had guys at Virginia, and then you had different guys at NC State, and now you have another group of different guys at NC State.
Yeah.
So you're going to end your college career with probably like 30 different teammates or something.
More than that.
Whatever number it is. How much does it kind of help that you've been through this? You can help these older new guys adjust to a new home.
Yeah. Like I said, man, it all starts with figuring out who they are as people, and like you said, there's a lot of different faces, a lot of different personalities, but it's easier when coach, credit coach, they hang around with, and they're workaholics, so like they love working, they love putting the work in, and it's like one of those things where you create a culture where iron sharpens iron, it's easier to have success.
Was there a point where you saw Jaden Taylor and you're like, man, I might have guarded him, or you saw Ben Middlebrook walk in and you're like, I think I know that guy?
More so Ben than Jaden, obviously, because we couldn't get past the person last year, say
but you recognized him when he walked in.
I recognized him, but they're competitors, man. They go hard, especially, and that's something I've noticed as an opponent. They compete at the highest level, and adding that to this culture, it's only made me better, and it's making everyone better.
Is it spiced it up having both Jaden and DJ?
Spiced it up.
Yeah, I would think wing competition in practice is pretty fun.
Yeah, it has spiced it up a little bit. It's added a different feel because now we're deep. Like the guard position is loaded, and like you said, it's definitely made me better and this group better.
So what's it like playing with a coach's son?
Coach's son?
Okay, y'all go hard on him, or y'all gotta go soft on him?
No, we go hard on him. Like he's just a guy that adds a great spark to this team because he doesn't really play much, but he helps this team by what he does in practice. So and through his trash talk, he talks a lot of trash, but I guess that's what you'll see throughout the game. So he leaves his mark on the program for sure.
You went through the training.
You talked about the development piece. Can you go into depth about what we can see from you this year and how can you just reflect that on the new transfers this upcoming season?
Well, yeah, I mean, just being more of a threat on the offensive end, being a two-way guy. I think that's pretty much what this team needs from me. They need to be complete, and everyone kind of knows that. But it's just I gotta be consistently like that, consistently playing at a high level. But this team has everything we need, from the roster. Now it's just we got to bring it all together to be successful.
You went through the transfer process.